Netflix is announcing a definitive agreement to buy Warner Brothers in a multi-billion-dollar deal. The streaming giant says this, quote, brings together two pioneering entertainment businesses, combining Netflix's innovation with Warner Brothers' century-long legacy of world-class storytelling. But some lawmakers are raising concerns. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze has the details. Hi, Elizabeth. So what's the latest on this deal?
Hi, Diane. This is a mega deal. Netflix paying $72 billion to buy Warner Brothers, really combining that legacy Hollywood studio with the pioneer of online streaming. What does this mean in theory? If you were to go on the Netflix app, if this deal goes through, you would be able to find HBO franchises, so The Sopranos, Game of Thrones, combined with Warner Brothers libraries. Think of Harry Potter, a lot of those huge screen names that you would then kind of find in one place, in addition to Netflix, which already has 300 million global subscribers. So this is a massive deal when you think about combining this into a huge force in the streaming industry. Really, the question is going to be, Diane, does this deal go through? Does it get approved by regulators?
Now, other media companies like Paramount and Comcast still have offers in to buy Warner Brothers. Do they just go away now, or are those options still on the table?
Right. So this has been finalized. Essentially, those bids didn't win out. As Netflix said on a call this morning with investors, it had the best offer. And this was an incredibly heated bidding war because of just how valuable a lot of those Warner Brothers assets are. Now, keep in mind, as part of this, there will be a separate spinoff of some of the cable channels. This was already announced earlier this year, Discovery Global. So think of some of those streaming channels like CNN. Those will be spun off into a separate company that would be publicly traded. So that would not become part of this Netflix deal. But, you might expect there could be some further kind of questions in light of how intense that bidding war was. Paramount had accused this process of being rigged toward Netflix. We'll have to see kind of what they say in the wake of this. And then really we'll have to see what, the Trump administration, what other regulators say in the wake of this if they agree to sign off on this deal, on this merger happening.
So what happens next here?
So we're going to be looking at exactly what those regulators say. Do they give any hints on if they would approve this? That, this is a global deal, so it also depends on regulators overseas. But the hope, Netflix says, is that this deal would close in the next 12 to 18 months. So that's a time frame we're looking at, a year and a half potentially for this deal to come through. And just really hard to overstate, Diane, just how notable this is when you think about the amount of money that's being paid here. We have seen some other deals before. When you think about a tech company like Amazon, it bought MGM Studios, so that kind of merger of tech and Hollywood. But this takes this to an entirely new level, Diane.
All right, Elizabeth Schulze, thank you.